I can see your eyes. All right, I'm taking mine off. Here we go.
Okay.
Ta-da! Hello, everybody.
There comes up a thing saying this meeting is being recorded, and you have to accept or
it's already recording though. Yeah.
No, I know, but when you hit record, mine says, "Are you okay with that?"
Should we start over?
Hit it to get it off the screen. No.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Side-by-Side show.
Side by side.
You're supposed to say the adventures of
Liz and Rebecca.
Special Christmas break edition. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in Brevard, North Carolina, but I am currently coming to you from my sister's house in Illinois, where I had to rig all this craziness up, and it rained and then snowed and then rained again while I was getting my haircut.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. And for the last 3 days, we've had 70-degree weather.
We had it until today. The 70-degree weather. And then it just went over the course of yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So this is our quick fun. We are saying hi, and I mean, who knows how long we're going to go for, but we're not planning for it to be like a formal, I'm not numbering this episode because
it'll throw her off.
Because we need to keep the odd episodes on Tuesday and the even episodes on Thursday and the VSC in between. And this is the only time I believe that we are filming while we're on vacation. So, all right. Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? Liz is still at home in Etowah and near Brevard, and I am in Illinois. And look, I got my hair cut.
It looks so cute.
This was my Christmas present from my sister. And I said, hey, let's film today because it might still look like salon appropriate. Like she did this. So she's used to cutting curly hair. So instead of doing a blowout with all the sleekness, right? She finger curled it and then put a diffuser on it, but she didn't totally dry it. She's like, if I use a diffuser, I left my hair dryer at home to make room for knitting supplies. As one would, but you know, it'll be even bouncier. But like, believe it or not, she thinks she cut about 5 inches off.
Oh, I believe.
Like it's still long, but all of I used to have red hair is gone. So, and there's a little shape to it. And okay, I would say I'll stop obsessing about my hair now, but y'all know, even though I really don't need to or want or shouldn't, I obsess about my hair. So yeah, okay. But see, look, I have curlier, shorter hair.
I thought about taking my hair out yesterday so that we would have short hair together, but I was like, one more day.
But you should enjoy the fun colored Christmas hair while you can, because you're taking it out.
Yeah, it's coming out tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you working on, Liz?
I have been crocheting since I got home on Thursday evening.
You haven't been working on a papillon? What?
I was like, I should finish a project. And then I was like, ooh, let's add on to the project because it's not big enough yet. And it's still growing. It's my Milky Way.
That's really pretty.
Shawl. So the pattern.
Is that the corner right there that you're holding up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The pattern actually ends somewhere in here, and you do a thing to square it all off, and then you sew on a lace border that you crochet. That's not gonna.
You were like, oh heck no.
No.
It's not a crochet border you can like do as you go.
It's done it's done vertically, and then you sew it onto the project. Anyway, so the pattern should have ended like right here, but I said no, I have all this other pretty colors. So I did two more rows of blue, a row of green, a row of blue, 2 rows of the Glasgow colorway by Lerner's Laces. I'll do blue, green, and then the 2 rows of blue to end it off. And that's where I'm going to stop. So it'll be 2 colored borders, and it's never ending.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hold it out stretched in both hands, and I still have another 4 or 5 rows to go. So
weren't you saying to me before, you're just not sure like how you're gonna block it?
I'm not sure where I'm gonna block it.
Where, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's already about 5 feet square. And
do you think it would fit in the shop?
I still don't know where we would block it in the shop.
Like leaving it overnight by the big circle rug, like, or will it not fit?
Well, it's square, so
I know. I'm not saying. Yes.
I think I'm just gonna bring home some big trash bags and put it on the living room floor
And tell Bernie not to walk on it.
Tell Bernie not to walk on it. But I have blocking wires coming, and I have tons of the pins.
I wasn't like, I was thinking that we have cement around the round carpet, like enough space that there might be, but
there is, but with the blocking wires, I have nothing to pin it into, which, the words weren't
strategically placed blocking mats and like bungee cords to pull it all apart. I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
I have thought about just hammering nails in my wall and, doing a
I have this vision of your drywall just like falling in.
I know, right?
Snapping off.
So,
oh my gosh.
That's not gonna happen. And yeah,
I have this on to like show off to y'all, and of course it's too big for the needles and the stitch holder. It's stretching out just a little bit. I just lost some stitches off of it, but which I can get back. But this is what I've been working on. And yes, that is the Swift from the shop. I put it in my suitcase. It only fit diagonally. I almost couldn't bring it with me because it's almost too big for my suitcase, but I mushed it in diagonally and I packed all around it, and I brought it with me so that I could wind yarn for projects. So this is how far I got on my Kordy. Isn't this exciting?
That looks awesome.
I swatched. So here we go. This is the one I'm making. This is I promised not to start a new sweater until I went on break. And this is my new sweater. I did a swatch Christmas morning because I flew in. I got here Christmas Eve at like 10 at night. And I've got all this extra. Okay, I'm gonna totally mess with this while I'm talking to y'all.
Which means you're not gonna talk to us.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna have to fix a whole bunch of stitches that just dropped off over here, but doesn't panic me because I know I can. But there's a whole lot of extra needle. Yeah, I can't do 2 things at once, not at all. There's a whole bunch of extra needle on this side, so I'm just, there we go. That will make me feel better. Okay. It's just a giant circle right now, but it's not really big enough. I should see if on the stitch holders, I can actually stretch it out to take a picture of it as a giant circle. That would be really cool. That might be my job after I get off with y'all. So I did the swatch Christmas morning because Christmas Eve I flew in and I had just enough time and energy to like wrap Christmas presents and go to bed. I went to bed at like midnight, which is 1 o'clock at home. Don't stay up that late usually. Travel is a whole nother thing. I will not bore you with the stories of I don't like travel to begin with, and then COVID. But so, I missed a stitch. I'm gonna fix that. So I swatched Christmas morning, and this is written. I'm making this sweater out of Lily Kate Makes Axis, and y'all can now see the color combo that I picked. I agonized over this and I wasn't able to pick it out until after the shop closed eve of Christmas Eve because there was so much we were doing, right, Liz?
It was packed. Packed.
And I'm picking up a drop stitch. Thank y'all for your patience. But
Not a thing.
I can fix it, but I'd rather not fix it 5 stitches down.
True.
So, okay, there we go. So I agonized and I picked it out as you were like FaceTiming with your mom. And this is the color combo I picked. It is Event Horizon. I know it probably looks black on screen, but it is dark blue. It is the Aurora. It is not Abuelo. That's like aunt. What is the color? Let me look. Albedo is it's like white, but it's off white. And
Yeah.
then it's the Helio, which is the yellow. And actually, I'm really loving the color combo. It's really close to, I'm like, where'd I put it? It's really close to this one, which was black and white and yellow and purple. But this is a warmer yellow and the blue is different than the purple.
There had been discussion before we left the shop. Was it going to match your winter sol?
Yeah.
Yeah, was it going to be too same? It's not. Even though the blue is kind of close, it's still a different blue. So yeah, no.
Right. And so since this is supposed to be done on an 8, but the swatching led me to like, and this is kind of a thin worsted. So I was worried that because the gauge has to be like 16 stitches over 4 inches. And for a worsted, that's fluffy, big stitches. I think I got it on a 9. So I'm doing this on a 9. And I think I'm pretty happy. Like you do the whole color work chart, which I've been booking through. I haven't done much else. I've been spending time with family and knitting, and that's like it. But I haven't been knitting 24/7. We've done other things. We went to this house with fun lights where you could walk around outside last night. We've been playing some board games and stuff. But when I'm only working on one project, this is how much I've done. And what?
I think you should just finish the sweater and see if you can do it.
Yes, we were having this conversation before I hit film of like, should I just work on nothing but the sweater and see if I can finish it in like a week, basically? Or I brought all these other projects. But before I move on to the other projects, I threw this on the needle and a stitch holder to test, because for my size, it said finish the chart and do 4 rows of blue and then check and see if you're ready to separate your sleeves. Like there's no short rows in this. It's just all over increases. And honestly, I think like you want to make sure, for anyone out there who hasn't done a sweater like this, you do want to make sure that it's not like right at my armpit's like up here. You want to make sure it's not right at your armpit, because if that's where you separate the sleeves, it's going to be really tight. But I think this is far down enough that if I separate the sleeves right here, I think I'll be happy. I think I can go ahead and do that.
I think you will.
Yeah. So here's the question. This is where Liz is like, yeah. Can I really finish this in a week? This was the fun part. This was the fun part I have super loose floats and super loose stitches here. Like, see my floats? I think it'll block nice, but the more complicated part actually keeps my attention and makes me want to keep working on it. Right. So now I'm going to be on Blue Island torso hell. And can I finish? Can I actually stay entertained enough? What?
I was having a discussion with Amy yesterday, and she was like, well, Rebecca's going to do her sweater on break. And I was like, yeah, she's almost done with the fun part. So
and here's the fun part about the fun part. So I ran, because you have an option of doing the ribbing up here in your B color or your A color. The A color is my light blue. And we both agreed that the B color, is the pretty one. So I brought 2 skeins of each contrast color because they're 50 gram skeins, right? I ran out of blue. I had to wrap a new, like I'm using my Swift. I don't have my winder. I have cute little balls that are ugly, but I can't hand wrap really well. I had to go into my new blue, right? So I've got all this blue left. I'm still on my first skein of the albedo of the off-white. I am about to hit my second skein, but the blue, I have tons of skeins here because the blue is going to be everything, right? I am super excited that I won. I was trying to explain to my family what it means to win at Yarn Chicken. I want it yarn chicken with the yellow. Like,
That is
I don't have a
fantastic.
scale here, but I want to say this is probably like 2 grams, right?
Did you bring a second skein just in case, or?
I did.
Okay.
I brought a second skein of everything. I've got like, look, ta-da. Yeah, I was ready. I compressed the air out of so many Ziploc bags of yarn. Let me tell you, so much stuff in my suitcase. That's part of what I want to show you all before we sign off today. So this was a huge success to not have to break into a second skein of this. I have choices. I'm kind of intrigued by the bottom of this sweater can be like, this is the neutral sweater that has the same top and the same cuffs, but you can, there is a cute option. Let me get to it. Like this one has the cuffs and the bottom of it are your like black and white for them striped. It's kind of intriguing. It's like this spot, this section right here for your cuffs and the bottom of your sleeve. I might have to crack into a second skein of which I brought, but that would be interesting though, Liz, and not just blue, 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 blue until I die. So we'll see. I also could try to do the bottom cuffs with this and maybe not the cuffs of the sleeves. We'll see. Liz does not look impressed with
you. You could do blue and white cuffs and then do blue and yellow cuffs.
Yeah, but I don't want to do another skein of this if I can help it. I'm trying to maximize my yarn usage, Liz. Anyway, okay, so Liz is pondering other options, which is really a lot more carolizing than I might want to engage in, but we'll see. Like, because what I'm thinking about is something that already is in this book. We shall see. If y'all have opinions, chime in. We may or may not do what you think is the best option, but you can chime in. So yes, I think I can separate the sleeves once I get off this call and be happy with continuing on, right?
Well,
also
be continuing on. I don't know that you're going to be happy because it's all just straight knitting now.
Yeah, but then maybe I can actually pay attention to my family a little more because I'm just mindlessly knitting. I don't know. We'll see. We will report back to you, but it probably won't be until next Tuesday, just so y'all know. Like, I don't think we're doing this again this break. So, quick rundown of what all I brought with me. And some of it I wore and some of it went in my carry-on, which happened to be, it's over there, but it's one of my project bags. And some of it was air squished out in my suitcase. So I brought, I brought 3 shirts to wear, like t-shirts like this, right? That's it. So I had to do laundry today. Yeah, last night, actually. Something to sleep in. I wore a pair of pants. I wore the thickest pair of pants, my jeans. I packed a pair of pants in my suitcase and I packed a pair of pants in my carry-on. You know, all the necessity bits that go with, you know, being clothed after that, but minimal amounts. So I could do laundry a lot. And then I wore my Sorrel because it's my thickest sweater. It's actually inside out right now because I took it off last night. But I wore my Sorrel. There, that's how it's supposed to look. Ta-da! I packed my Goldenfern, which my niece really loves and thinks is really pretty. And just to have something to bum around, this is what I wore to the salon this morning. I also was able to fit in my Easy Eyelet Yoke cardigan. So that's the knitwear that's completed that I brought.
Those tend to be your happy place sweaters right now anyway.
Right now anyway. And because I discovered wearing the Jupiter crop around the shop that it was not going to be practical for out here because it's a crop and it's short sleeves. I have my storm shawl as an accessory if I need something around my neck. And I also have my faux fur cowl. Oh crap, one of my projects is over there. So let me grab this real quick. All the projects I brought with me that I might not touch.
But they're there just in case.
Yeah, they're my security blanket, totally.
Yeah.
All right. So start with the small. If I take a break and work on anything, it is most likely going to be my Shimmering Pearl. I brought this with me, and I'm in the middle of a row, so it's a little hard to show off. But this is my Shimmering Pearl, my one skein project with Queensland Perth. I brought, in case I finish this one, I brought a little bit of yarn to start my Pom Pom Cover magazine sweater, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I have my my Stonecatcher, just in case. I have my Stonecatcher with me because I'd love to finish this someday. So I brought all my like wishes and hopes and dreams. And if I really focus on the sweater, I'm not touching them. This Ziploc is my Scottish Highlands. I figured that might be a good one if I had ambitions on finishing something. I brought my Rosa Canina. Y'all have seen this recently, but I wanted something that wasn't fingering weight and might be fun. So I've got my Rosa Canina because it's DK. And, you know, if I really set my mind to it, I could make progress. This is flying, by the way, I think partially because it's on size 9 needles and I have been doing all my teeny tiny stuff. One of the dream projects I don't work on at home because I have to focus on other people too much, which is fine. It just makes it hard to do this. This is my Rebel 2. All that brioche, I brought that with me too. So I have so many options, and this may be the only time I touch most of these on this whole trip. I also, my plain knitting.
Oh yeah.
Was my Rebel Squirrel. Look how much more I got done on it. Oh, shout out to Mary Lou. I'm using your little cute chicken stitch marker that you sent us for when I put in a Rebel. I have that extra on the needle to let me know that's where the Rebel Squirrel is going. And let me see if I can find, I put in one Rebel. And he's probably, so what I mean by that is if I can find him. There he is. They're all facing the same direction, except he's facing the opposite way. Can you tell? It's a little hard to tell, but
it's so cute.
That's my first Rebel. Ta-da! So this was actually really good, fun. Oh, dropped a stitch again. I should be using stitch toppers from my shop, but I'm not.
So not a thing.
So not a thing. This was really fun to knit on the plane because it kept me mindlessly engaged, especially when people weren't wearing masks correctly around me, you know. So, and this is color work too. So it was like, really go from one color work to another. Isn't that boring? But this is different color work. So I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 projects apart from this with me and yarn for a 7th. And I brought a bunch of finished ones too. So it sounds about on par with like life at the shop, except it's exponentially smaller because that's what fits in my suitcase, you know. So yes, I'm going to, if my mind doesn't like go completely nuts, I'm going to try, I'm going to hold this up so you see. Ta-da! I'm going to try to finish this sweater while on break. Wouldn't that be so cool? Here's the only hitch to that. I brought an interchangeable set. This was my Christmas present to myself. It was a 5-inch set of Chowgu interchangeable needles. So I'm sorry that we don't have one in the shop. If you wanted to use the sale coupon for it, contact me if you want one of these bad boys on sale. And we can negotiate. Not for this set, because this set's already engaged, right? But because it's my fault you can't buy it. We can work it out. Stay tuned for the end of this. We'll talk about our sale. But I brought this with me, and I brought some 16-inch needles in various sizes with me for the top part of this, right? Because I didn't test my gauge before I left. So I didn't know what needles I would need. When I get to the sleeves on this, I'm either going to have to magic loop, or I'd love to do 2 at a time on 2 circulars, but that means I need more tips in the same size, and I only have 1 set of tips for each size. So I have to strategize on that. What?
So this yarn shop that I know in Brevard, they're having a 25% off sale. You should order them.
But this yarn shop in Brevard that's having this lovely 25% off sale with the code selfcare25, is also not shipping orders out until the first week of January. And if I want to finish
No,
this before the
no,
new
because the
year,
boss is gone and her computer is the one and I
yeah.
don't know how they
So
did
I could get them, yes, but I wouldn't be able
it.
to actually have them in my hot little hands until I get back from vacation. So that still leaves me with the problem of how am I going to make this work? But yes, wonderful segue, Liz, to our sale. While we are not at our shop, we are having an online sale for 25% off anything you can find there, not gift card purchases, like purchasing a gift card for someone else, but anything that you can order in the online shop, like a physical item, is 25% off with the code selfcare25, no spaces, SELFCARE25. The last two are numbers. 20, a lot of people have already taken advantage of the sale. Thank you so much. We will be sending them out when we get back. And it is on what's in stock there. Like, you can always contact me to say, hey, I want this and it's not in stock, and I'll let you know if it's possible. If it's something we can't get back in, like, contact me and I will go over what the options are if there's something you desperately want and we're out of stock on it. It is an excellent opportunity to get your Echo Point shawl combo, because we're going to start our knit along on January 4th. Now, if you order an Echo Point shawl combo and it's not being shipped out till at the very earliest January 4th, never fear. You don't have to start on January 4th. Anytime in January, and even after that, is an okay time to start and join in on the fun. So just know that's an option, because I'm gonna, like I was telling people, I'm gonna try to go as slow as I can on this. Maybe only do
I'm not planning to start until at least the 4th, because I have 3 kits to wind for it that are going to be picked up on the 4th.
Yeah.
I have
or mailed out
mine to wind, and it's llama lace, and I'm gonna probably wind it at the shop. So
I haven't even picked what colors I'm using.
And you haven't even picked yours out.
I'm probably gonna pick from the leftovers when I get back and say what didn't sell. Ooh, this is fun. You know, because I think they're all really pretty. So yes, that is to remind everybody, like, use it or lose it. While we're not at the shop, you can save oodles online. You can save 25% online. So it's kind of fun. And it gives us lots of work to do when we get back. Yay! The other thing was, what was it? I just lost it. I had it. I lost it. Oh, our subscriber numbers are going up, and we're super excited about that. We have the magical 666 right now for subscriber numbers.
Every morning it's been a competition to see who sends the numbers first. Like,
yeah, there's been at least one day where I'm like, that's cool, I'll let Liz have this one. No, there's only like once that happened. So, but no, it is a competition.
The other thing is if I wake up early my time,
yeah,
she's an hour earlier, so she's either still asleep or just waking up, which could possibly happen.
Like, I had no clue. The 666, I had absolutely no clue. Some of the other ones I'd noticed and not gotten around taking a screenshot yet. Yeah. You beat me on that one, fair and square. Absolutely. I saw
it this morning because I got up early to go to Sam's.
Right? Yeah. So it's a necessary evil sometimes, right? But yes, but if y'all subscribe, if you're not already subscribed, if y'all subscribe, we are getting dangerously close to 700, and we will have a sale that's a little more than this 25% off sale, only for YouTube people, because we will only tell the code here on camera once we hit 700 subscribers. So that's like, we are almost 30 people away. That's pretty cool, because that's not a lot of people. That's yeah. So if you don't need yarn and you're like, these sales are great, but I'm not buying anything from you, if you would like to support our lovely version of entertainment for y'all, you can always go to patreon.com/sundragon. I have one more name actually to put on our Patreon, on our credits. We love our patrons. We thank you so much for your support, because it helps us actually get rest like this if y'all are helping out too. So, but anything you all can do, whether it is subscribing here or going over to Patreon or buying some yarn from us at some point, or just leaving a like or a comment or something fun, all of it is helpful, and all of it lets us know that the community is still out there in the void. And we're not just like talking to ourselves here. So anyway.
We know we're not, because every now and then people come in and they're like, "Ooh, we watch your show," or they're like,
"This is where they film."
And
it's weird. I go, what?
It's yeah.
No, it's really, I love that we have such a great community. Our people, we had a guy come in shopping for and I don't want to, it's after Christmas, so probably it's okay. And I don't remember any names, but shopping for his wife, and he said, "I kind of listen to you guys too," or like I watch you in the background or something. And I said, "You're not the only husband or spouse or partner or whoever or non-yarny who also watches us too, and we really appreciate that because it's fun." So
well, there's we talk about other stuff. We got Mousecapades and Avi, and
I got proof of life from my pet sitter. Oh shoot, a bunch of my stitches are not on the, I gesticulate, you know, I'm gonna have to put a bunch of stitches back on the needle, but I'm not super worried at the moment. Let's see, did I put this in my camera roll to show you, or I might have just texted it to you. Let me see. There's I got proof of life from my pet sitter, and I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, he's a little grumpy, but he's surviving without me. So he's a little like, "What you doing here?" to my pet sitter, but I'm very grateful for my pet sitter. So I don't have Mousecapades or cat stories because I'm not there anymore. But he did start lecturing me Christmas Eve, like not Christmas Eve, the day before Christmas Eve. The suitcase was out and he was grumpy and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm sure it's gonna be a challenge when I get home, but you know.
He'll either
anyway.
be very, very, very glad to see you, or
yeah, and the way that he will show that to me is he will lecture me with meows and he will bite me. So
probably.
You know, because when he's annoyed and when he's happy, he's kind of the same. I am out here with Cooper, my sister's golden retriever, my sister's family's golden retriever, and it's just very different. It's a very different experience. So they just are both lovely in very different ways. So anyway, what else, Liz? Anything else we want to fill people in on? I think that's kind of it, right?
Yeah, there's, I mean, my life here has been sitting in my recliner doing nothing.
So you're getting good self-care, I hope.
Lots.
There you go.
I actually, after 3 days, I actually was like, I should get up and do something.
Yeah, well,
and then, you know, yesterday I went to the shop and pulled orders and a couple of things, and I have a couple
tell
things.
People that, because then they'll like stake out the shop hoping you're there.
Yeah, somebody walked up on the patio and looked at the door, and I was like, "We're closed." Amy and I were
talk to them
3 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
So they figured we were closed, but it was a Monday, so
yeah. Because you know what I do when people walk up on the patio and I'm in the shop and it's the day we're closed, I hide.
Well, I left the lights off and we had the door locked when we were inside, but then we were sitting outside because I was having a 3 to 5, and I keep, you know, like my back was kind of the street, which was weird anyway. And then, you know, somebody walked up and I'm like, "Yeah, we're closed," because I was hoping she wouldn't just like walk in and
right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
It was cool.
Yeah. So Liz is trying to help us from taking 3 weeks to fill all your orders, but please take advantage of our sale, Self-Care 25. And it only works when we're not there. Once we come back to the shop, everything's back to normal. So, you know, but anyway. All right. I think that's what
we should let everybody know again, back at the shop on the 4th of January. So code works till the 3rd of January.
Yes. I think midnight or it's at some point on the night of the 3rd, it will stop working. So, and if you leave it till the last minute and go, but, I'm going to be like, I have no sympathy. If you have problems this week and you email me, I might be able to do something about it. Or I might be able to say, talk to me when I get back to the shop, and then it will still be a valid code, even though like we'll run it through the shop. But if you wait till the last minute or you complete a purchase and then complain, I can't do much about that. So, yeah, you know, we all got issues. I get it. but so I have no idea when we started filming. I have no idea how long this episode is, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. So yay.
It was fun.
It was
I
fun.
got to see Rebecca.
Yeah, we got to see each other. We've been like texting, but that's like it. So this is our version of FaceTime catch up, which there were days like when I sent her home. I'm sorry, I'll be flipped. You'll be over there. There were days when I sent her home during the beginning of the pandemic. We still FaceTimed every day. So we got our fix.
Yeah.
Thank you all, you YouTube people. But
yeah.
All right, I think I'm done. I think I need to go have lunch because it is almost 1:00 where I am Central Time, which means parts of my body still think it's 2:00 and it wants lunch. So I'm glad we made time. I'm glad y'all got to see this new whatever this is. Oh, it's all curly in the back. Look at that.
All curly.
I'm obsessing about my hair. Shocker. Shocker. And we got to see Liz's lovely hair one more time before she takes out the dreads. And
Bernie was complaining there's glitter all over his clothes.
I found glitter on my sweaters here in Illinois. It's Stelina from Liz's dress.
The Stelina is everywhere. It's the funnest party hair, but it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, if I can repair this when I take it off and actually lay it out in a way that shows the whole circle of this yoke, I'll try to get a picture of it in because that would be really cool.
Sweet.
At the credits after we're done talking. So we'll see. I think I have to get like a dozen or so stitches back on the needle. Oops. We miss you all though, and we miss our customers, but I am very grateful to have some downtime, I gotta say. So I'm trying to get some sleep. I'm sleeping the sleep of the dead right now. Like my phone app is giving me like 85 and higher % sleep quality, even if I'm not sleeping as many hours as I'd like to. It's just like, you're dead to the world. And I say, I know. We needed a break. We were getting a little testy with customers towards the end. So what are you gonna say?
We have a week from today.
Oh yeah, a week from today we're back in the shop, and a week from today we have knit night. We're not doing knit night this week. There's no knit night tonight or sit and stitch. There's no virtual sit and stitch on Friday. We come back at it in the new year on the 4th. So, all right, we love y'all. We miss you. We hope you miss us, but not too much. We don't want you, in pain because we're not filming. That's why we filmed this one. But like, subscribe, right?
Ring the bell, all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye. Wait, where's the end button? Ah.